can't honestly answer the question. There is room for them to come back, but the addition that we put on is still full of equipment that has to be moved. I don't know,
I've had a conversation with building maintenance. They understand that it's important to get that surplus stock, attic stock, I think it's called, out of there. They're making provisions to get a rental trailer, move that stuff off-site. I will follow up on that right away.
I would appreciate it. I'm rather disappointed that he's not there. I mean, I was under the impression back several months ago that was being addressed. I know that you...
we are working
during
towards
the open house, I had a tour of the
discussion.
facility, and I know you were cleaning up things.
Things are moving.
You're doing a great job there. And a lot of that stuff was left in that garage area with the anticipation of being moved out. So.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think it'd be helpful if we could just get some type of report on when this will happen. If it's gonna take a month, that's fine.
You want
If
a
it's gonna
timeline?
take 5 weeks, that's fine. You know what I mean?
You want a timeline?
Yeah, I just don't wanna come back here in 3 months and say, hey, by the way, whatever happened with that mechanic, you know? Yeah, no, I'm not faulting
Absolutely,
anybody.
no.
But I mean, I think if we set a timeline
Monday.
and we stick to it, then we get it
I'll
done.
give you timeline Monday night.
Okay, thank you.
So do we have to keep the barn?
Yes, we do.
Because
Yes, we do.
Sure,
He turns it down to about 45 degrees when he leaves, just enough to keep the tools warm.
And if he wasn't there at all, could we like?
I think we shut it off. I believe it's shut down. I believe, I'm not sure if there's any water over there or not. There is water there.
One is we committed to the Hillview and to Parks and Recreation and vacate that property. And two is we built a facility, so. It needs to be addressed. Okay, on to any other budget questions for our fire department? Anybody from the FinCom? We're all hungry, I guess. Not at this. Well, clearly, I mean, we're gonna have much more dialogue on this issue, especially the request associated with additional personnel. And we will be doing public budget hearings where the public will have the opportunity to provide input, questions. It has to be scheduled and usually later in the cycle. What about warrant articles? Are there any, I should have asked this.
There are none. They do on the 17th, and typically they don't come in.
And what about departmental?
I'm talking about department related. We're not replacing any major, fire trucks or anything. It's
Not this time.
not this time. The
The chief's
ambulance
car is
is-
gonna be
The
changed.
ambulance is new.
The chief's car is gonna be changed, and I need a couple of computers for my, my ambulance and
Are we
computer
taking
program.
the, computers and putting them into the technology budget, or are we keeping
All those
So-
computers will be put in the technology budget unless there's a compelling reason why they shouldn't be.
Okay.
The goal is to put computers, standard stuff in the technology budget.
under the EMS portion of my budget, there's a $20,000 outlay from the EMS budget enterprise account for a new computer system with 2 computers for the ambulance.
Okay, all right, so we'll be hearing that, on the 14th are we doing on the 14th for all the remaining budgets?
It's a it's a
But
special
that's
meeting.
all, it's special
Only
meeting.
for the purpose of budget. We'll, unless you wanna start early, we'll start at 7. The last review session is about 10:15. So,
Which means we'll be at midnight.
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah,
it's
you're
up
right.
to you. If you wanna
That is
start
good.
earlier, we can,
That is good.
Well,
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
We'll talk about that Monday night.
But just in relation to the ambulance, the new ambulance, the replacement ambulance, what was the trickle down? Did we?
Okay.
did
What we did is,
interrupt our
we
normal?
have a-
Yes, we did.
yes, we did.
Okay.
We have an emergency operations vehicle, which the old ambulance was under the police department. We took our our last new ambulance, we stepped it back. We brought in our first new ambulance, which is Rescue 1, which is the one we just purchased. That's our first line. It's a big truck.
Nice looking piece of equipment.
It's a big truck. I think it's gonna do a great job for us. It works well. Guys like it. Guys built it. They've done it. We've moved that other ambulance back to one slot. The old ambulance that was in that second slot has now been painted and made into an emergency management, operations unit under the police department. They've painted it, they've changed it, they've put in the different parts for the emergency management, division part and so forth. The operations unit, they call
What
it.
happened to the other
And
one?
we sold that one off to somebody, and that money was taken and moved forward to work on painting it and so forth, I believe. But the old one is gone. Anything that we
So-
replaced them, we didn't just keep it, we got rid of it.
See, my concern was this, because it happened in a way that we find out about it when I walk around to the back of the building and I see this vehicle that appears magically. I thought, right, and the question I have is, what was the risk associated, what we end up with is our backup ambulance, right, remains for another period of time, another
Yes,
cycle.
another cycle.
So the question is,
Why would, first of all, why was it decided to move what would normally come our backup over to the police department rather than our, what
No.
would be the third
It's
line?
our third line ambulance is the one that went to the police
It is the
department.
third line.
It's the
ambulance.
third line one that
Okay,
went to
I
the
was
police
again under the
department.
misimpression that it was the,
No.
it would be our second line.
No. Our second line one moved back to the second, our first line one moved back to the second position, and the second one moved to the police department.
oh, I.
So we have our
misunderstood
brand new one,
So
the next newest one.
The Freightliner truck was
The
actually.
Freightliner was the backup unit,
Was the backup.
yes.
Is the backup, yeah.
It was.
Oh.
It's no longer our backup unit. Our backup unit is a Ford.
Our
That
backup
Freightliner-
unit now was the newest ambulance
The
before
new
the,
ambulance. Yes.
before the replacement. Okay, I misunderstood.
Backup is the old one.
And the old one that the police department had was sold
Yeah,
off
okay.
and is gone. When we replaced our pickup, we sold our old pickup and got rid of it. We brought our new engine in, we got rid of our oldest engine, that's gone. So everything that we bought replaced something. It didn't add to the fleet.
Okay.
Good question. I can, there it goes.
Picture? I guess part of the
I
problem
know
was.
nothing about it.
You do nothing about it.
Right, well, we talked about that.
Yes. Refurbish.
I believe so. I can't answer the question.
Well, I'd like to know where the income is, because that's my point.
That's a police question. I didn't,
Well, I know, but I mean,
I think when I was out back, you thought that they got a grant.
I thought they got a grant for some of the things they did to it.
Well, it's something we'd like to get an answer.
Yeah, we'd like to get an
No,
answer to it, and then we'd also like to know what steps
handled
will
by
be taken.
Chief Hollow and, Chief Canal.
Yeah, we're not
Right.
No, but what I'm saying is that, what
trying to
I'm
The
not,
answer that you may get may have to come from
the
those
answer
two
may have
people.
to come from them, because we don't know. That's, I wasn't throwing
Bob?
stones either.
You have taken one major concern off my bench, and that was the fact that I thought that was our backup
No.
ambulance.
No, absolutely not.
Yes, sir.
You say something on the old ambulance was actually traded in, for the new ambulance, and, company, sold it. So it was traded in, which was an old police vehicle, so we purchased a new, new ambulance, we traded in.
Oh, so it wasn't sold,
It
it was
wasn't
used as
sold.
a trade-in on.
We used it when we purchased it, qualified.
They must have got the refurbishment in from a grant.
Came from a grant, I believe.
I think we should have a summary,
Anything else?
I just wanna make a comment, I wanna thank the chief and the deputy for the first time under the gun, they did a pretty good job.
Right.
I think everybody that
I think,
presented
yeah,
today
I'm not
did a
I'm not
good
faulting
job.
anyone
This
else,
has
I'm
been
just
a
saying,
good
this
good
is
meeting.
their first time being shot at, so to say.
no pun intended.
I did.
Shut them all off.
You know what? They forgot to light it.
Heading on North Street.
Heading north.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll get that information back to you.
Thank you.
Hey, Emma.